In today's video, we're diving into the top 5 unbelievable landscapes that look like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be packing your bags and booking a flight to another planet. Well, almost.
Woohoo!
Imagine a place where the rivers run with colors of the rainbow, where rock formations look like they've been sculpted by giants, and where the landscapes are so surreal, you'll feel like you've stepped onto another planet. We have covered 5 unreal places that you definitely have to visit. Also, we will tell you what you need to know before you go there. So, if you're ready to explore some truly mind-blowing places, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. 1. First up, we have Dalal in Ethiopia. Now, this place looks like someone spilled a giant box of colorful crayons all over the desert. Located in the Danakil Depression, Dalal is one of the hottest places on Earth. And I'm not just talking about the weather. The vibrant yellows, greens, and oranges you see here are caused by the high concentration of sulfur, iron, and other minerals bubbling up from beneath the Earth's crust. It's like Mother Nature decided to throw a color party and forgot to invite us. Here's a fun fact. Dalal's average annual temperature is 34.4 degrees Celsius, making it one of the hottest inhabited places on the planet. And if you think the colors are trippy, wait until you hear this. Dalal is also home to some of the most extreme environments for microbial life. Scientists believe that studying these microorganisms can give us clues about life on other planets. So yeah, it's like visiting Mars without the hefty space travel bill. If you ever visit Dalal, just remember to stay hydrated, wear a hat, and for the love of all things colorful, don't touch the water. It's as acidic as your ex's text messages. Next on our list is a place where you'll definitely want to take a dip, but only if you're okay with looking like you're swimming in a giant bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Welcome to Lake Hillier, Australia. Located on Middle Island, this bubblegum pink lake is as Instagram-worthy as it gets. But before you start planning your next viral selfie, let's dive into why Lake Hillier is such a showstopper. Fun fact, the exact cause of Lake Hillier's pink color is still not fully understood, but it's believed to be due to a combination of algae, bacteria, and high salinity. Basically, it's a microbial party in there, and unlike some other colorful lakes, Lake Hillier's rosy hue stays pink year-round. No seasonal outfit changes here. What's even more mind-boggling is that Lake Hillier sits right next to the deep blue waters of the Southern Ocean. It's like nature's very own color palette showdown. Spoiler alert, pink wins every time. Now, if you're thinking of taking a dip, you might want to think again. Lake Hillier is not easily accessible, and most visitors get a bird's-eye view from scenic flights. But hey, even from up high, it's a sight you won't forget. So, whether you're a fan of bizarre natural wonders or just really into the color pink, Lake Hillier is definitely one for the bucket list. Just remember, if you're lucky enough to see it in person, resist the urge to taste the water. It's salty enough to make even the biggest salt lover cringe. Our next destination is often called the Liquid Rainbow, and once you see it, you'll know why. Welcome to Cano Cristales, Colombia. Nestled in the remote wilderness of Colombia, Cano Cristales is a river that seems to have borrowed its color palette from a box of highlighters. Seriously, this place looks like it was designed by an over-enthusiastic artist with a thing for neon. Fun fact, Cano Cristales is often referred to as the River of 5 Colors due to its vibrant hues caused by unique aquatic plants. The vibrant colors you see are thanks to a unique aquatic plant called Macarinia clavigera. When the conditions are just right, usually between the wet and dry seasons, these plants bloom in spectacular reds, yellows, greens, blues, and blacks. It's like the river decided to throw its own pride parade. Getting to Cano Cristales is no easy feat. You'll need to take a plane, a boat, and then hike through the Colombian jungle. But trust me, every step is worth it. Just think of it as nature's way of making sure you really appreciate the view. And for all you adventure junkies out there, the journey to Cano Cristales is half the fun. Picture this, navigating through lush rainforests, encountering exotic wildlife, and finally arriving at a river that looks like it was painted by magic. Beats a day at the office, right? Once you arrive, you'll be greeted by crystal clear waters and a kaleidoscope of colors that dance beneath the surface. It's the perfect spot for a refreshing swim, a nature hike, or just to sit and wonder if you've somehow stepped into a fantasy novel. Tell us what would you want to do if you were here in the comments down below. Next, we're heading over to a place that looks like it was designed by an army of meticulous architects. Prepare to be amazed by the geometric wonder that is the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland. Located on the rugged Antrim coast, The Giant's Causeway is a natural marvel consisting of around 40,000 interlocking basalt columns. These columns were formed by an ancient volcanic eruption, but if you ask the locals, they'll tell you a different story. According to legend, the Giant's Causeway was built by the Irish giant Finn McCool. Apparently, Finn wanted to challenge his Scottish rival Ben Donner to a duel, so he built this causeway across the sea to Scotland. I guess when you're a giant, you don't need a ferry. The real story is just as impressive, though. The unique hexagonal shapes were formed millions of years ago during a volcanic eruption. As the lava cooled, it contracted and cracked into these fascinating geometric patterns. Who knew nature had such a flair for design? And it's not just us who think this place is cool. Here's a fun fact. The Giant's Causeway is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and was named the 4th greatest natural wonder in the United Kingdom. Not too shabby for a bunch of rocks, huh? Visitors from all over the world come to hop from stone to stone, trying to capture that perfect photo or simply marvel at the sheer natural beauty. Just remember, while it's tempting to channel your inner giant, those rocks can be slippery, so tread carefully. Last but definitely not least, we're off to Turkey, where the landscape looks like it was pulled straight from a fairy tale. Say hello to the whimsical fairy chimneys of Cappadocia. Nestled in the heart of Cappadocia, the fairy chimneys are tall, thin spires of rock that look like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. These rock formations were created millions of years ago by volcanic eruptions and have been sculpted over time by wind and water erosion. It's like Mother Nature's very own art project. Fun fact, some of the fairy chimneys reach heights of up to 40 meters, 130 feet. Imagine trying to put a star on top of one of these Christmas trees. But the real magic happens when you take to the skies. Every morning, dozens of hot air balloons float over Cappadocia, offering a breathtaking view of the fairy chimneys bathed in the golden light of sunrise. It's like a scene straight out of a fantasy novel, or at least a very well-edited Instagram feed. Now here's a safety tip. If you're thinking of hopping into a hot air balloon for the ultimate adventure, make sure to book with a licensed operator. Safety first, guys. We don't want any of you turning into real-life fairy tales with an unhappy ending. And it's not just about the views. The fairy chimneys have been home to people for centuries. Locals carved out entire villages, churches, and even hotels from these rocks. Talk about living in style, or at least in really, really cool caves. Here's another fun fact. Cappadocia is home to the world's largest underground city, Derinkuyu, which could accommodate up to 20,000 people. Just imagine playing hide and seek there. You'd need a search party just to find the winner. So whether you're a history buff, an adventure seeker, or just someone who appreciates a good sunset, the fairy chimneys of Cappadocia have something magical for everyone. Just remember to bring your camera, because no one's going to believe your stories without photographic evidence. And there you have it, Explorers, 5 unbelievable landscapes that look like they're straight from another planet. If you enjoyed this journey, be sure to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an adventure. Let us know in the comments which of these places blew your mind the most, or if there are any other worldly spots you think we should cover next. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and remember, the world is full of hidden gems just waiting to be discovered.